Hello guys, Sakayagme with a review of Once Upon a Time, Season 4, the two-part season finale, which will be episode 22 and 23, titled Operation Mongoose Part 1 and Part 2. Hold on. So in the opening sequence for the first part 1, the tower where Emma is being held is featured in the forest, and in the opening sequence for part 2 is a swan, Emma Swan. In the beginning, we're starting in the year 1966 at a television shop. Isaac Heller, at a television shop, Isaac Heller is a struggling writer trying to sell color television until he gets a letter from Star Publisher said that he is wanted for hire. So he's wanted for hire. He arrives to find mostly an empty room with the apprentice at the desk, who then lays out a selection of different writing materials and demands that Isaac choose one as a test. Isaac picks the magic quill, which seems to approve of him in return. The apprentice then creates a magic door to another realm, and he and both the author go through it. Now, within this episode, okay, so we starting off with Isaac. Isaac, was trying to sell TVs, and obviously he gets a calling from Star Publishing. And the apprentice tells him, choose a quill, which sort of reminds me of that scene with Harry Potter where he had to go pick a wand, and when he picked the wand, it was like, ooh. That's kind of like it was with the quill. And he said that the previous author had just died, something like the previous author. Now, mind you, 1966. So I looked it up, and December 15, 1966, at the age of 65, Walt Disney had passed away. And then that's when Isaac becomes the author. So Walt Disney was the previous author, and that's the author he's referring to as Walt Disney. So I'm like, that's so cool. So that's how we see Isaac become author. In Storybook, before the altered events, Emma, Hook, Henry, Mary, Margaret, David, Regina, and Robin are in the library of the mansion, searching for a way to stop Gold and Isaac from enacting a new reality with a newly activated ink. They are then joined by August, who shows them a drawing of the sorcerer's apprentice who might be able to help them. Hook remembers the apprentice from when he and Gold trapped him in a sorcerer's hat. With the help of the Blue Fairy, they release the apprentice, who immediately says there's no time to waste. He tells them they must find the storybook page depicting the door as well as the door's key, for only then will they be able to lock Isaac back in the book where he belongs. The group splits up, with Henry, Hook, David, and Mary Margaret heading back to the loft for the book and key, while Emma, Regina, and the apprentice head to Gold's pawn shop. At the shop, Gold is clinging to life as Isaac finishes up writing the new book, titled Heroes and Villains. He plans on a new universe in the Enchanted Forest for the inhabitants of Storybook, while he writes a new ending for himself in a land without magic. He writes the final words, "The End." Magic appears out of the book and begins to distort space and time. Henry awakens with the key in his hand at the loft, but runs downstairs to find that Hook, David, Mary Margaret have disappeared along with the rest of the people of Storybook. He then drives himself to a restaurant in search of help, but notices a best-selling book on a shelf, a paperback version of Heroes and Villains by Isaac Heller. Henry is able to locate Isaac at a book signing event, who is surprised to see him. Henry demands answers, and Isaac reveals that his family is alive but now exists in a different universe inside of his Heroes and Villains story. Presenting Henry with the original storybook, Henry wasn't trapped along with the others because he wasn't born in a magical realm, and he is also told that Emma wasn't either, as Isaac did not write a savior into the story. After Isaac refuses to undo the events, Henry takes the key and uses it on a page of the book, transporting himself and Isaac into the altered, enchanted forest. So now we're in the alternate reality. Henry and Isaac find themselves trapped in the setting of the final chapter of Heroes and Villains. I was like, I'm sort of mad that was only the final chapter. I'm like, oh, I wanted to see everybody else's story though. Like, that should be like a like a special miniseries, like all that's only available on like the ABC website or something. Where they have like they play out the entire heroes and villains storyline. This was to see the full twist of these characters. So I really want to see everybody's story get flipped around. Like, I really want to see. After Henry finds out that a happy ending for a hero in this universe will return things to the reality that he knows, Isaac knocks him out and binds him to a cart, leaves him to be killed by an ogre. However, Henry is rescued by the ogre slayer Rumpelstiltskin, a heroic knight. I'm like, I can't, because I'm so used to Rumpel being, with his leather jacket on, and always want to make deals. I can't see him as a knight. It's like, no, I want my evil Rumpel back. Like, I love him evil. He's better evil. So using a copy of Isaac's book as a guideline, Henry seeks out Regina, who is living life as a bandit, Snow White, in this reality. He tries to convince her that he is her son, but Regina does not believe him since she does not have any memories of her time as the evil queen. Throws the book into a fire, convinced that a true love kiss between Regina and Robin Hood could solve the problem. He suggests that she seek him out, although Regina already knows him as a fellow thief who is a major rival of hers. Like, oh, that's so cute. They're rival thieves. Oh. At the same time, Isaac, having escaped the ogre, searches for Henry, hoping that he is dead, but ends up falling into a trap and is found by the evil dwarves led by Grumpy, who take him to Snow White, who is now the evil queen. Snow White is also holding the heart that belongs to Prince Charming and uses it to command him with orders to behead Isaac. I thought this But Isaac sees his way out of it by convincing them that he knows of some of their secrets since he wrote them in the first place. Isaac tells Snow that she could get her happy ending again, which was love with Prince James in this timeline. And she agrees to kill Henry along with Regina. So, with this situation, Snow White's the evil queen. So when she has his heart, she's calling Prince Charming to get in here. So he comes in and oh my god, the eyeliner is like. the guy liner. I'm like, no, not the guy liner. So anyway, he comes in, he's like, I will always find you. And she's like, always find me what? He's like, I will always find you, your majesty. I'm like, no, they twisted their little romantic, cute little love line to each other. No, they twisted it. No! So anyway, at around the same time, Isaac, having escaped the ogres, searches for Henry, hoping that he is dead, but ends up falling into a trap and is found by the evil dwarves. Oh yeah, I said that right. Ignoring Henry's advice, Regina proceeds to rob the royal carriage, but when she opens the door, she is confronted by Snow. Regina is asked about Henry's whereabouts, but after she offers no intel, Snow prepares to kill Regina with a fireball until Robin Hood shows up and rescues her at the last second on horseback. He takes her back to his pub and tends to her wounds. The two drink to becoming new friends and declare their mutual respect for one another as outlaws in the forest, with Robin offering his leadership of his merry men. Regina starts to fall for him, but then he admits he's leaving the thieving business in honor of his bride-to-be, who turns out to be freaking Zelina. Oh my god. As she leaves the bar, she runs into Henry and informs him about the impending nuptials, when he realizes will mark the permanence of the alternate universe which the church bells ring. When she then suggests that he try finding his other mother if he truly believes that the heroes and villains tale is real. When Henry mentions that his other mother was known as the Savior, Regina tells him of the legend of the Savior, who was trapped in a tower in the middle of the ocean by the evil queen. Rumpel returns home to his wife, Belle, and their newborn baby son. Unfortunately, Isaac is there waiting and tells him that his happy ending will be taken away if a boy named Henry succeeds in his quest to reverse the events of the new book. As he is without his real memories, Rumpelstiltskin does not believe the story that Isaac is telling him about the book, believing that Isaac was a demon trying to corrupt him. Oh yeah, in this one, Rumpelstiltskin is not referred as the Dark One. He's known as the Light One. I'm like, no, you're the Dark One, Rumpelstiltskin. You're the Dark One, okay? You're the Dark One, okay? Until Isaac mentions Bellfire, a secret from his past that he's keeping from Belle. So even in this world, he's still keeping secrets from Belle. I guess some things don't change. Isaac then tells him that he must thwart Henry and Regina's plan to stop Robin and Zelina's wedding in order to get him to keep his happy ending. Meanwhile, Henry goes to the Jolly Roger to recruit Hook and finds out that the pirate is now employed by Captain Blackbeard. So in this universe, Captain Hook, Killian James, is a fucking coward. Which is funny though, because in actually the Peter Pan cartoon of Disney, he's actually a coward. And in this, he's actually allergic to rum. I'm like, no, you're a pirate. You can't be allergic to rum. He's like, I'm allergic to rum. Well, he's drinking goose smoke. I'm like, no, you can't be, no. Oh, no, you can't be allergic. But even though he's a coward, he's still cute as a coward. It's like you just love Captain Hook. It's like, I don't care if you're a badass or you're a coward. I still love you. It's like, I love you either way. I love you either way. With his new Hook lacking in bravery, Henry has to now take care of Blackbeard himself before telling Hook that he must help him rescue his mother Emma from the tower. Henry and Hook sail towards the tower where Emma is locked away and proceeded to knock out the guard on duty. When Henry reaches Emma at the top, he is surprised to find out that she was able to keep her memories as part of a cruel curse. As the trio escape the ship, Emma, while getting to know Hook, explains that the guard was none other than Lily, who has the ability to transform into a dragon. Emma and Hook are able to shoot her down into the ocean with a cannon before she attacks. When they make a pit stop at a village, the three are caught by Snow and Charming, whom Lily had informed of their location. Since Snow does not acknowledge Emma as her daughter, she plans to kill both Emma and Henry. Hook is unused to wielding a sword, but tries to defend them anyway. He battles Charming, but despite besting him, Charming is able to sneak up on him, and he is fatally stabbed in front of Emma. Henry and Emma return to Regina's cave. She asks to speak with Regina alone. Emma tells her that if she tells Robin the truth about how she feels, everything will be fixed and they can both get their happy endings with the men they love, acknowledging that she never got the chance to tell Hook how she really felt before it was too late. The trio arrived at chapel to stop the wedding. Before they can do so, Rumple suddenly appears to stop them. Emma and Henry try to distract Rumple as Regina tries to work with the nerve to interrupt the ceremony. Emma engages him in a sword fight until he is able to knock her out temporarily. Rumple then aims his sword at Henry, but Regina jumps in front of him just in time to take a hit on herself, opting to save Henry instead of pursuing Robin Hood. Moments later, Robin and Zelena are exiting the chapel, and Robin rushes to Regina's side as Zelena's envy starts to take over, so causing her to turn green. So either way, when it comes to either way, whether Regina is the evil queen or Regina is literally Snow White, Zelena is gonna become envious of her little sister regardless. So Robin Hood tells Regina that she won't have to die alone. Isaac reappears and Emma demands that he restore everything back to normal. After socking him in the face, however, because Isaac broke the author's code by writing himself in happy ending, the quill no longer works for him and he is no longer the author. Henry then picks up the quill and it activates, meaning that he has been appointed as a new author using the blood of the light savior, Regina's. Henry writes, because of the hero Regina's sacrifice, Isaac Billem's work was undone. So everything turns back on. So Henry is the new author. So in Storybrooke, after events are restored, as everyone awakens from the events back in Storybrooke, Emma runs to Hook and is relieved to find him alive again, though she is still unable to admit her love for him. I'm like, just tell the dude you love him. Just tell him. Just tell him, Captain Swan. Come on. Come on. I love you, Captain Hook. Not her. Gold also wakes up in the shop, back in his dying state. Isaac leaves him there to escape from town. Belle then enters the shop and finds him on the brink of death. She confronts him about his actions as of late and tells him that he already had his happy ending with her before he threw it all away for power. Belle admits that she does still care for him, and Gold begs her to go far, far away before his death is complete and only the Dark One remains. Meanwhile, as Isaac approaches the town line, he is stopped by Mary, Margaret, and David, who ask about his motives for messing with the stories as the author. Isaac tells him that a lost lifetime of bad bosses and others who push him around inspired him to hate heroes and side with the villains, whom he thought never got a break. At the same time, the Sorcerer's Apprentice tells Henry more about his new powers as the author, which do not include the ability to resurrect the dead directly, such as Neil, since he died in the real world. He urges Henry to resist the temptation of altering stories with the quill, and Henry responds by snapping it in half, saying that no one should have that much power. That night, the people of Storybrooke are all celebrating at Granny's Diner. Lily tells Emma that she wants to find the identity of her father and plans on staying at Storybrooke during her search. Yes, because I want to know who the heck did Maleficent sleep with, and who the heck else is a dragon. I'm trying to think of who else was a dragon in Disney animation. Well, if it's not from Disney, it's gonna be something from. I'm like, oh god, that's gonna be hard. Dragons. Um. All of a sudden, Belle shows up to tell everyone that the last bit of humanity in Gold's heart is about to turn black and finds the group finds Gold unconscious. The apprentice then uses his power to pull the darkness out of Gold's heart and transfer it into the sorcerer's hat. He then puts a pure white heart back into Gold. However, the hat is unable to contain the darkness, and it breaks out before attacking and entering the apprentice. Emma then uses her light magic to pull the darkness back out of the apprentice, and the dark magic exits the shop. As the apprentice lies dying, he tells Emma and Hook that the darkness must be tethered to a human soul that can be controlled with the Dark One's dagger, and that the only person who can prevent the darkness from destroying all the realms is a sorcerer named Merlin, who lives in a place far away. Obviously, we as the audience know it's called Camelot. That's the only place I know of. The two then meet up with Mary Margaret, David, Regina, and Robin as they scour the streets of Storybrooke for the darkness, which then appears to attack Regina. Possessing the dagger, Emma volunteers to tether herself to the darkness to prevent it from destroying everyone and everything, telling her loved ones that she trusts that they'll find a way to separate the darkness from her once again. She finally tells Hook that she loves him as she implores her to go against sacrificing herself, but she ultimately does anyway. The darkness violently surrounds Emma as she gradually absorbs it before the darkness lifts into the sky and condenses on Emma. When it dissipates, only the dagger is left behind. As the shot zooms onto it, it now reads the name of the new Dark One, Emma Swan. Cultural references. The opening scene, the television shop, features the ABC logo on the screen as it is 1966 was the year the network switched from black and white to color. The setting also, as I said earlier, December 1966 was also the same month and year that Walt Disney passed away. This also tied in with the origin of Isaac assuming the role of the author as hinted in previous seasons. So this episode was pretty good. We see Emma is finally going to be, so pretty much what what Snow White and Prince Charming did, all that trying to prevent Emma from turning dark, she's going to end up being dark any freaking way because now she's the dark one. So in this season, what apparently what they're gonna do is now we're not gonna have some new villains introduced. We're gonna be just focusing on Emma. So at this point, I don't know if they're gonna have if we're gonna be focusing on Emma as the Dark One for the entire 5th season, or they're just gonna do like season 5A, Emma being the Dark One, and season 5B we're introduced to a new villain. So I thought that was pretty good, even though I really think they should do like a quick mini series, or probably put in like a comic book or something of heroes and villains of everybody's alternate reality. I think that'd be so cool to read it. Read all the alternate realities. I just think it would be like pretty cool. So anyway, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys this fall for season 5 of Once Upon a Time. Goodbye, dearies.